Privatization of PIA, Pakistan International Airlines. The privatization of Pakistan International Airlines (PIA) marks one of the most significant economic and political decisions in Pakistan's recent history. Once regarded as a symbol of national pride and operational excellence, PIA's journey from being a model airline in the 1960s to a loss-making entity reflects deeper structural, political, and governance challenges. Understanding the historical context of PIA's decline is essential to assessing whether the privatization can finally reverse its fortunes. Established in 1955, PIA quickly rose to prominence as one of the Asia's leading airlines. During the 1960s and 1970s, it was known for its professionalism, punctuality, and innovation. PI was among the first Asian airlines to operate jet aircraft and even helped several Middle Eastern carriers such as Emirates and Singapore Airlines in their early operational planning. At the time, Pakistan was profitable, globally respected, and a major contributor to Pakistan's international image. Its success was rooted in professional management, operational autonomy, and a clear commercial vision. Politicization and decline. The decline of PIA began gradually but became pronounced from the late 70s. Onward political interference in appointments, procurement, and route decisions undermined professional management. Overstaffing became chronic, with employment decisions often driven by political considerations rather than operational needs. Successive governments used PIA as a tool for patronage, burdening it with uneconomic routes and administrative inefficiencies. By the 1990s, airline was struggling financially despite repeated bailout packages and restructuring attempts. Failed reform attempts. Over the past 3 decades, multiple governments announced reform plans, partial privatization proposals, and strategic partnership. However, these initiatives consistently failed due to the political resistance, labor union opposition, and lack of continuity in policy. Each attempt at reform was either reversed or diluted, resulting in mounting losses. PIA's debt ballooned, its fleet age, service quality declined, and safety concerns led to international bans, including the European Union's suspension of PIA flights in 2020 following pilot licensing scandals. Economic burden on state. By the 2010, PIA had become a significant fiscal burden on the national exchequer. Billions of rupees were injected annually to keep the airline afloat, diverting public funds from health, education, and development. Despite these structural problems remain unresolved. The airline's losses were no longer merely a corporate issue but a national economic concern, especially amid IMF programs and broader fiscal constraints. Privatization decision. The decision to privatize PIA emerged from the recognition that state ownership had failed to ensure efficiency, accountability, and competitiveness. The government's broader privatization agenda aimed to reduce fiscal pressure, improve service delivery, and attract private investment. The acquisition of a majority stake by private sector consortium represents a decisive break from decades of state control. Unlike earlier half-hearted reforms, this move transfers operational authority to professional management with commercial incentives tied to performance, opportunities and risk. Privatization offers several potential benefits: professional governance, operational efficiency, fleet modernization, and improved customer service. A privately managed PIA could restore international confidence again, regain lost routes, and compete regionally. However, risks remain. Labor restructuring, public resistance, regulatory oversight, and political interference could still undermine progress if not carefully managed. Privatization alone is not a guarantee of success. It must be accompanied by transparency, strong regulation, and institutional stability. A test case for Pakistan's economic future. PI's privatization is more than a corporate transaction. It is a test of Pakistan's ability to implement difficult but necessary reforms. If successful, it could set a precedent for restructuring other state owned enterprises. If it fails, it may reinforce public skepticism about privatization itself. Conclusion. From being a global aviation pioneer to a symbol of institutional decay, Pakistan's, Pakistan's international airlines story mirrors Pakistan's broader governance challenges. Privatization offers a chance to rewrite this story, but its success will depend on political will, professional autonomy, and public accountability. Historically, history provides a cautionary tale. The future now demands decisive and sustained reforms.